Take one, and the dust flies. Hello, all. I'm just here to talk about what's happening with the industry. That's the film industry. As you all may or may not know, I'm sure most of the film lovers know that Netflix has placed a bid on purchasing Warner Brothers and its subsidiaries. And everyone is worried and wondering what's going to happen if this deal does go through, because Netflix managed to get $82 million bid for the studio. That is massive. That's a massive amount of money for a massive library that Warner Brothers has. Warner Brothers is one of the studios that has one of the biggest libraries across the four studios that are around, and they do preservation of film. They embrace physical media. As you can see, what I have, a lot of these titles are from Warner. I will say my piece on this. It won't take too long. This could be a serious blow to the industry. Movie theaters are struggling right now. There's one or two major hits that come out, and then the release window is very small, approximately like 2 to 3 weeks. If you have a director like Spielberg, or you have a director like Christopher Nolan, he will demand that his films stay in the theater for a lot longer. He had a problem with Warner when they released, without his knowledge, putting his film Tenet on streaming because it was COVID and they wanted to make their money back. The movie suffered a bit. It didn't make as much as it could have made if it was released theatrically, is what he wanted, to be shown on the big IMAX screen. And with what's happening now, everything is rushed to streaming. People are watching movies on their phones. I cannot stress enough how bad that is. And you have these streaming services that are promoting it. You have your provider that are promoting watching stuff on your phone. Man, enough, player. There's a lot of BS, because movies are made to be seen on the biggest screen possible, not on a tablet or a phone or a desktop. You're going to kill the industry, which is already suffering already. These are the movie theaters that are still around. IMAX is doing what they can to help keep this art form alive. You are being force-fed a lot of garbage. Movies budgets has ballooned up to such an extent where they have to rely on overseas market to make their money back. We have to be able to say to the actors and producers, try and cut down on the cost. Actors, try and take a little less from your what your agent wants you to get, because you're a major star. I'm not going to name names, we all know who they are, but all this stuff leads to problems, and they go to streaming. Now I say again, streaming has a place. Netflix has put out some really good, their own titles on their streaming service. We'll mention one of them that came out on streaming, which was Frankenstein. I watched it twice, by Guillermo del Toro. A great film, but it had a very limited run in the theaters because Netflix wanted to have it on their streaming service. The window is about 2 weeks, and then it goes to streaming. By them acquiring Warner Brothers, it's going to kill physical media. I'm going to pause this for a minute, but I will edit it, and you can see what I'm talking about. Here we have Casablanca, which is beautifully restored. It's a Blu-ray disc. It was a limited edition box set, numbered, which I proudly own. These were highly coveted by collectors like myself around the world. You cannot get this kind of stuff on streaming. The actual able to hold a title in your hand. Christopher Nolan said it many times. Once you own your title, you purchase it, you legally watch it in your own home. It is yours. The studios cannot take it away from you. We are losing this art form. I'll go down here and grab another title. Here, I won't go through too many because it's not about the titles, but here's another one of them. Wizard of Oz, a Blu-ray, limited edition, box set, numbered. You can't get this anymore. Packaging is fantastic. The interior, the visuals are beautiful. They went back and restored this frame by frame to be put out on Blu-ray. Collectors like myself, when we hear these news that these things are coming out, we cannot wait to own them now. We have studios like Arrow Video. Arrow Video has licensing with Warner Brothers. They just put out Outland, and they just put out The Mask. This was part of their New Line Pictures release. Arrow Video just put this out in a 4K remastered edition. They paid for the licensing to have this out. What is happening with this industry? We must protect it. Up and coming filmmakers like myself, where are our movies going to go when we make them? If I had the money, which I don't, but if I had the money, I'm talking a lot of money, I would have my own movie theater. And I'll be projecting movies on film and digital once it's available. And I'll be running like maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and educate the young about seeing movies in the theater. We have one or two directors out there, actually more than one or two. One that comes to mind is Ryan Coogler. He put out Sinners. Warner Brothers took a chance and said, okay, sure, let's see what you can do. Because he already proved his worth about releasing blockbusters, which was Black Panther 1 and Black Panther 2. And he created this title, or this movie, Sinner, sorry. He wrote it himself, fought to have it to be shot on film. And it's a beautiful film. And it made a major amount of money at the box office. The studio made its money back and then some. And then there was physical media, which is available now, Sinners. It's also up for a lot of Golden Globe Awards and Critics' Choice Awards. This man, when he made this film, was making this film, and his thing was, I own this film after 25 years. I get it back. It comes back to me. Imagine if you try to do this now, if this deal with Netflix and Warner Bros. Goes through. They will not take chances like this. They will not have movies like this. This movie is an original movie. And a lot of movies today, excluding Mr. Nolan and a few others to mention, Spielberg, Fincher, they make original movies. We saw what happened when Fox was sold to, you know who it was sold to Disney. And Disney made a mess of the titles. You can't get them out on physical media. When they come out, they are very expensive. They're in steelbook. People get turned off by the price. Like, yo, come on now. I mean, like, and then you're milking Star Wars. After Star Wars, all these different worlds of Star Wars. And majority of them, when they come out on streaming, because they have a streaming service, they don't do very well. And if they go into theaters, they will not. They try to redo Snow White. It was a major flop. The movie cost almost $300 million to make. What the hell is this? Like, you need to learn. Stop going after original content that was so beloved by fans and that pass it on to their children, that you're going to now go and redo it in such a way, and it looks all. I saw some of the visuals of it. It looked plasticky and looked like cold. There was no emotion. Like, you have to make movies that are original stories. Yes, you can make a sequel once in a while, but you can't make a sequel after sequel after sequel, because people get tired of the same thing. They want fresh, original ideas, right? Like Alex Garland did a war film, and it did very well. Small budget. Like, you have to go back to that. So, and now I hear another breaking news that now Paramount has placed a bid to purchase Netflix. Over $100 billion, B with a billion, for the film. For the Warner Brothers library, and they're gonna be releasing all their movies. Now, some people are saying, well, if Paramount buys it, then there's possibly a chance that they will still keep physical media alive, because they do a lot of preservation and they do embrace physical media. So let's see what goes on. Again, money talks, but you have to go out and support the movie theater because it's a big cycle. If the movie theaters close down or shut down to like one or two, because right now there's not many around, they're closing down faster than I could say movie theaters. The concession stands, all those employees that work for the movie theaters. Now we don't have many projectionists around except for that film. We will see if this tide turns back to how it was before, because we need to have movie theaters around. And if Netflix does make this deal, rest assured we are going to see less theatrical release, and they will cut back the window. And the head CEO of Netflix is saying, oh well, we want to go with this new way of what's happening now. We're going to go with a 2-week window, then it's going to go to streaming. And you know what happens to streaming? Once it's on streaming, if it's not doing very well, they pull it. And then you have what is called digital lag. The audio and the video quality on streaming is not as good. It's not there yet. We saw the big failure when they were trying to do the Tyson fight. People complain like the buffering was going on, and every once in a while I see it here. If there's a power failure, you have to reset this and reset that for it to go smoothly. You know, again, I'm not gonna rag on Netflix too much because they do some great work, but they need to concentrate on making movies that people want to see. I had to adjust my camera because I want to show off the Warner logo. You know, I got this when I was working on audio video. So we, as film lovers, which there are many of them, billions of them across the world, we need to make our voices known. Some producers and some actors went in and they wrote letters and said, we don't want this deal to go through because it's going to hurt us. You know, and then we have AI coming in right now where they're trying to use AI to try to replace actors and all that stuff, and it's going to fail badly because, you know, it sounds artificial. The human being experience, two actors, actresses speaking, having lines, and we have a set and all that stuff, that will never be replaced. We saw what happened with digital, where you have CGI for this and CGI for that. You know, you see a Nolan film, you see other directors that use practical effects combined with digital, it can work. But if you go full CGI, it will fail. And here's the other thing. CGI was supposed to make movies cheaper. Nah. It made movies more expensive. Look at this. Look at all the later Star Wars films that released, all these prequels and all that stuff. They're digitized and it still costs over $250 million, to be made. So again, let's make our voices known. Let's do our videos. Let's let the studios know we want movies in the theaters, and we want them also to release on physical media, because this is where it lies, and they will get funds from that. And we want our children to enjoy that. So also educate your children. Stop having your children watch movies on a phone, because I know when they go in the theaters, I'll observe them when I watch my movies in the theater. I will see the young ones who are able to understand these movies, that whatever, when they come out, they're enthralled and embracing that big screen experience, the theatrical experience, where you have a different sectors of every generation watching movie and enjoying it, laughter, crying, and all that stuff that brings out the whole emotion. Seeing something, you feel you saw something special. You cannot get that at home at all. Like, you know, I have a big television here, and that may sound is not, but I still support the movie theaters. Make good content, concentrate on that, cut down on your costs so the studios can make some money. Because I never knew that Warner was struggling with finances, all the hits that they had. But I guess poor management probably had that happen to them. But let's hope for the best. Again, this is the end of this. Stay tuned. All right? You all have a fantastic day and happy movie watching in the theater, not on your phone. Thank you. Robert Skywalker Sound Movie Production, signing out.